Welcome back. Let's do our first practice. We will create a reggaeton rhythm using the step sequencer and the piano roll. If your music production program doesn't have a step sequencer, you can use the piano roll. And in the next class, we will use the playlist or song mode. I have these sounds prepared: a kick, a clap, a snare, an open hi-hat, and a closed hi-hat. So, how are we going to start making our first rhythm? First, we usually choose a tempo. In this case, since we are making urban music, we will use a slow tempo, around 95, 100 or 90, something in between. We will make a rhythm that lasts for 2 bars. In the case of the step sequencer, we will extend it by 4 beats, or 16 steps. Let's first add the kick at the beginning of each beat, like this. It will sound just like the metronome. Now the snare. In one beat, we'll use a step 4. In the next beat, a step 3, and a repeat. We'll make a variation in bar 2 in the beat 3 by adding an additional hit on a step 2. Now the open hi-hat. We place it just like the kick, and then move it 2 steps so it sits in the middle of each beat. Finally, the closed hi-hat, we place one every 2 steps. If you notice, each sound is placed following a logic based on beats or steps, a rule that you can invent and try out. For example, for this additional shaker sound, I'll place the sound on the first step, then leave 2 empty steps, 1 sound, then 1 empty step, and repeat. Now let's use the piano roll. Here we are looking at the piano roll of the kick. We will use the notes in C5. Remember, we'll go through this later. You just need to know for now that in C5 is where the sound plays in its original form. Here we can see the numbers indicating the bars and the corresponding divisions for beats and steps. Let's place a kick on each of the beats. Now I switch to the piano roll of the snare. In one beat we'll use step 4, in the next beat step 3, and repeat. We'll make a variation in bar 2, beat 3 by adding an additional hit on step 2. Now the open hi-hat. We place it just like the kick. And then move it 2 steps so it sits in the middle of each beat. Finally, the closed hi-hat. Place 1 every 2 steps. If you don't see these divisions, you should look for how to change it in your DAW. In the case of FL Studio, it's done directly in the magnet-shaped icon, where we can see the divisions in fractions of a beat or step. Repeat this practice in your own program, and in the next class we will use the playlist or song mode. See you in the next lesson.